My goodness. I'm here. Okay, I'm here. I don't know what to do with these, like, get them around. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. So today's video is the first of 2021. I am so excited to be doing this video for you guys. So as you saw in the title, today I am pretty much going to be opening up about my first year as a YouTube creator, my experience. I mean, I'm gonna go over everything. I do have a script here that I'm gonna try to follow, so some things may be a little off script, so we'll see where today's video goes. So, as per usual, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. I'm doing a get ready with me. I don't have any makeup on my face. I have my base and my moisturizer and all that fun stuff. So everything that I'm using on my face today, I will be putting down in the description box below for you to check out. If there's something that you see that I'm playing with that you like, you can check it out down there. Today's video is gonna be different. I think we can categorize it as being a little bit of a different video. I wish that along my journey, to be really frank, I wish that I had a mentor. Somebody that could have helped me throughout all of my experiences that I had. And, you know, it's been a really, really fun experience. It really has. There's been a lot of ups. There's been a lot of downs. Primarily after my Jeffree Star unboxing video, I have 107,000 views. 107,000? 107,000. That's a really big number. That's a lot of eyes. So yes, that video went viral, and I do wish that I had somebody that could have coached me on what to do after that. I am also going to be touching a little bit on before going viral. So yeah, let's get into all the things. Yeah, all the things. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable in this video. I apologize if I get a little teary-eyed at some points, which I don't think that I will. I think I have that under lock and key. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's been quite an experience this last year. I really have to say that everybody that's watching this video, everybody that has subscribed to my channel, has commented the nicest things to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I just want to get that out there first and foremost. Oh my God, I'm getting a little emotional. Sorry. It's been quite a wild ride. I mean, you guys are the bread and butter of what keeps me going. I mean, you all have such nice things to say to me, and you're like the ride or dies, you know, like you watch every single video of mine, and I do recognize a lot of you that do comment in my comment section, and I just think that's so cool that I have a lot of regulars. You watch every single video that I put out, and I really just can't thank all of you enough. So, kind of going back to having a mentor, starting a channel, you're really going into it not knowing anything. Sorry, I'm gonna grab some of my makeup, or I'm just gonna keep going. Having a mentor obviously would have been really nice to have, okay? Like, it would have been nice to have somebody to tell me what kind of camera I should have had, what kind of mic is the best mic, lighting, audio, backdrop. I mean, it would have been really nice to have somebody help me out with that. To be honest, and this video is gonna be me just literally laying it all out there for you guys, especially those of you that are interested in becoming an influencer or YouTube creator yourself. You know, and a lot of the things that I do here on YouTube, like the editing and all of that, can also be used on TikTok. Now with TikTok, I'm just getting into it. So I literally have only released 2 like makeup-y type of videos, and then my first 2 TikToks were of my bunnies, but I digress. So it would have been really nice to have somebody to tell me all of those things. So I am here today to kind of tell you all the things that I wish that somebody would have told me. So first and foremost, camera. My first camera that I got, I like Canon products. So I have it here somewhere. Let me find it and I'll show it to you. I'll try not to make this video be like an hour long, but for those of you that would appreciate the help, I am more than happy to give as much advice as I can. I know I've only been doing this for a year, but I feel like I have learned so much about just the whole studio setup. So I wanted to ask you guys, if you want me to do a video on basically my setup, what my beauty room looks like. I'm actually in a very small room in my house. I don't have a huge space, but it's so nice because it is smaller. I have all of my stuff around me, and you guys really wouldn't know because, of course, like movie magic. But I would love to do a video on that and just kind of like walk through kind of my whole filming experience. So let me know down in the comments below if that's something that you guys would really like to see. So this was my first little baby camera. So this is the Canon Powershot G7X Mark III. So I got this last year. I got this at Best Buy. It's really cool. It has like a flip up screen. So I feel like this one is really good for vlogging, but you can still get really high quality on this. I'm gonna be really honest with you. The new iPhones, the 13s, and even older iPhones as well do an amazing job at filming as well. So you don't have to go get a camera. You can absolutely do it on your iPhone or smartphone in general. When I knew that I wanted to do YouTube, I have a habit of when I want to start a new venture, I kind of dive in head first. I get all the things that I need that are basic, but like still really good quality. That's just kind of like what I do. Okay, I have my brows on. Sorry, I had to take a minute to get my brows on or I was not gonna do that. Along with the Canon, just kind of like the vlogging camera, so the Powershot camera, I highly recommend getting these things. Oh, it looks dirty, but it's been well loved, let me tell you. Now, when it comes to having a camera, the camera on the bottom, I know you can see this like little silver piece right here. So you want to make sure that the tripod that you get, like a vlogging tripod, has that other end on it. So you can just basically screw it on and carry it around like that. I have another tripod that was actually something that was kind of a good mistake to purchase. This one's really cool because you can actually unscrew the part here that is meant for a phone. So your phone can actually just sort of like pop into this piece, and you have the option to either film with your iPhone or film with your camera. So technically, yes, I do have two of these. This one is a little bit more heavier duty. It's a little bit bigger, but I highly recommend doing that. I am going to actually switch around and I'm gonna film with this little guy so you can see my current camera setup that I have right now. Let's see if I can successfully do this. Okay, you guys, so this is my current camera that I am actually filming on right at the moment as we speak. So this little mic up at the top that you see is actually a brand new mic that I got for Christmas. I love to get a lot of my stuff from B&H Photo. They always have really great deals on everything, and the camera came from B&H Photo as well. So the mic that I have on top is a Rode mic. So I'm not gonna get too much into it because I am gonna do a dedicated video to my setup and kind of walking through my beauty room. But I just wanted you to see that I do have the Canon EOS 90D camera that I am currently filming on. And especially for vlogging, I am a huge advocate for basically protecting your investment. So I always recommend getting some kind of a case. I just got this little guy off of Amazon. If I can find a link to it, I will let you guys know, and I'll link it down in the description box below for you. I do also have a smaller mic. So this is the mic that I started off with. So this is a Joby. This one actually here, now this one does not have like an insert on the top of the camera like the Canon 90D does. So I kind of had to like rig it to where it like sort of stuck to where I was filming. So this little fuzzy gremlin looking guy, I don't know, what do we want to call it? I feel like this is like a Jim Henson little, you know, little thing you would see in one of his movies. So this is called a windshield. I have a windshield on my microphone on my camera, and then I like to have this on my little guy that I have here for the smaller camera when I first started filming, because I felt like it gave more of a robust sound. Like it kind of helped to get rid of echo, and also helped with like any outside noises or like external noises, except for like what was here. I do hope to get into some more vlogging this year. I'm gonna try to be doing about maybe one vlog a month, kind of just like maybe a week in my life or something, or like a month-end vlog. So we'll see what happens. That's something I really want to get into. I have mentioned to you guys in other videos, just very briefly, that I do suffer from anxiety. Massive anxiety, to be honest with you. And I also suffer from depression. When the camera turns on, I don't know what it is. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. It just kind of feels like all of my worries just, go away, and I'm just here, and I'm here for you guys, and I'm just doing makeup. So my first, I would say 10 months of doing all of my reviews, you go into YouTube with having a particular expectation. And you want to be seen. You want people to see the passion that you're putting into everything. Everything that I have, it was not cheap. Like, you invest yourself, you invest your time, you invest your money into putting yourself out there onto YouTube and other platforms as well, Instagram and TikTok. I would have to say that some of the lows that I experienced primarily just came from the fact that I wasn't really being seen. The algorithm wasn't picking up my videos. I had obviously my first subscribers watching all of my videos, and I just appreciate that so much. And I was slowly growing. There were months that I would notice that like my subscriber count went up and the views on some of my videos went up. And I would honestly have to say, from my personal experience, the videos that got the most views and the most traction, we'll say, were videos that were revolved around a little bit more controversial brands and influencers that put out makeup brands. So yes, I am speaking about Jeffree Star. I'm speaking about Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. So whenever I would put out videos on their products, I obviously don't receive PR from anyone except I've received PR from Kaleidos. But people want to see those videos and they want to see those reviews because they want to know whether or not they should be purchasing those items. So I think that that's a really good segue into kind of like my next talking point, is that as far as purchasing product to review product and not necessarily receiving PR, I'm still at a point in my journey where I'm really not receiving PR. And that's okay. I have spent quite a bit of money on trying to keep up with the pace of everything that's coming out and everything that's new and everything that people want to see. And it's very hard because when you receive PR, it's really nice because, yeah, you can be one of the first people to put out a video and you'll get tens of thousands of views. And it's just how it is. Like, that is just the nature of the beast when it comes to the beauty community here on YouTube, is that people are always trying to be the first ones to put out a review or first impressions or what have you on a particular collection or product. So you do kind of start to feel that pressure. Like, you start to feel that pressure as a YouTuber, that you're just kind of like, oh my God, like I'm not getting these products right away like other larger influencers are, and you're spending your hard-earned money on collections that you might even just use once, set it down, and it might sit there for a while. And it sucks. I'll just be transparent. It really sucks, especially because I am a very small influencer, a very small creator, and I have lots of ideas and I have a lot of different things that I really want to do with my journey here on YouTube. And yes, I'm going to tackle them, but I have to be very resourceful and I have to be very smart and very methodical about how I'm going to approach things because, God forbid, I would never want to go into great debt over this. That's kind of, I feel like that's sort of like an unspoken thing about becoming a creator here on YouTube, is that it's very, very difficult because when you're not receiving PR from these brands right away, like I said, you are spending your hard-earned money to try to keep up with everybody else. So I'm definitely trying to structure my video in a way that's kind of like a timeline. So of course I spoke to you guys about like getting my camera, you know, all of the necessary things that I needed to basically do like a basic setup. And then I kind of just wanted to breeze through the whole like making videos, doing reviews, you know, the whole thing with PR. So I want to transition now into going viral. So I have a video that I mentioned in the beginning of this particular video called my Jeffree Star Halloween box unboxing. And I would love to run through like kind of the day that I filmed that. I had ordered the boxes the moment they went live on his website. So this was probably about like maybe a solid week later. I was actually sitting here filming a little tutorial for my Instagram. I think it was like an Instagram reel or just put on my stories. And I was using the new Lunar Beauty, the Moonspell Volume 2 palette. And I heard the doorbell go off. And so anytime there's any noise at my door, my dogs go wacko. So I went outside and there was this huge box out there. And I brought it in and I kind of just let it sit here on the ground until I was done doing like, you know, my whole thing for my Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. And sure enough, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to film it. Let me just get it out of the way. I'm just going to do it where I show everybody everything. Something that a lot of you didn't know is that those eyeshadow palettes I didn't want to touch because they were going to be Christmas gifts because I had duplicates of them. So nobody had done a video yet on the large box. And so I knew that I wasn't going to get exactly the same thing that these other creators had in their videos, but I just wanted to make sure that I actually had a moment to show off everything. I wanted to show the t-shirts if there was merch in there as far as like sweaters. I got the hoodie. I just wanted to show you guys everything. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, you know, at the time I had, I don't know, I think I had like almost 200 subscribers. And I was like, okay, like I think this would be really cool for everybody to see. So go through the video, I film everything, I edited it, I tried to get it out as quick as I could, but I didn't really think too much of it. And put it out there and bam, my phone went crazy. It was like I just started getting subscribers and comments and views, and it literally was like such a wild ride for probably like about a week or two. And I can't even describe to you guys what it felt like to have that happen. Going from having less than 200, see like this, I'm gonna try not to cry because this is really not something to cry over, but it's been such a enlightening experience going from having like 200 subscribers to over like right under 6,000 subscribers in about 2 to 3 weeks. It was incredible. It was insane. I had so many different emotions running through my body. It was really weird. But, you know, I'm going to say probably about 95% of the people that commented on my video said the nicest things, and almost overwhelming having a stranger telling you how lovely of a person you are and thanking you up one side and down the other for doing the video and how well the video was produced, and just such amazing things that were told to me. And of course, the other, 5% were just people kind of picking apart maybe the fact that I didn't swatch things, or, maybe picking apart some of the things that I said about possibly tossing, an eyeshadow palette because I've had it, ever since it launched, which was a couple of years ago. So it just was like very weird for me because I was over the moon, ecstatic, and so happy that I was gaining followers like I always wanted. And at the same time, I was also having those negative comments. So it was literally just like a roller coaster of emotion. All right, let me, before I go on, let me get a little bit more eyeshadow on and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. I could not focus on kind of the heavy topic that I was having and getting ready to get into and trying to do my eye look at the same time. So I think it'll be a little bit easier now for me to continue talking and doing like the rest of my face. So let's move on. As I was saying, at that moment, I knew that I needed someone to talk to. I needed a mentor. I wished that I had somebody that could have kind of at least given me a little bit of an insight into what it was going to feel like. All of the different emotions that I was going to go through experiencing going viral. At the end of the day, I knew not everybody was going to like me. I knew not everybody was going to like the things that I had to say in my video. And for any video for that matter, to be really honest with you, but we're specifically talking about the Jeffree Star unboxing video. And I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I wasn't prepared for the fact that there was going to be some of the things that were being said in that video to me. Like, just like I said earlier, kind of just really picking me apart. Almost like people were judging my character and who I was as a person. And it was kind of difficult as well for me to watch people have kind of like a thread of messaging in the comments, or like a thread of comments, excuse me, where they were replying to one another and kind of just like going at it like head to head regarding maybe scientific facts about certain things or whatever. And I just like, I couldn't interject. Like, I could delete the comment if I wanted to, but it was like, it was a little overwhelming. And for all of the lovely people out there that were telling me, just honestly, I cannot stress enough how amazing people are out there. Like, you really realize that there still are really good people in the world. And they were just like cheering me on, rooting me on. And I also wasn't prepared for that. It was just this flooding of like positivity, but also there was darkness in it too, with all of the comments that were not very nice as well. So after that video, what had happened is that I felt so much more pressure than I had in the past prior to that video. And basically, I didn't know that this was going to happen. I literally lost all of my motivation to film because I was so stressed out about like, oh my God, like what is my next video going to be on? Like how do I top that? Like, there's no way to top that because that's 107,000 views on somebody's channel that literally prior to that video only had like 200 subscribers. I mean, it was just crazy. So yeah, like I will admit, like I did have another video after that, which was my Kaleidos PR video. Was a lot of fun to make. I do have some really nice views on that one, but like what you have to do, and I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words because I have so many different things running through my head that I want to talk about, and I am going a little off script at the moment, but you just start to like doubt yourself. You start to doubt everything that you're doing. You start to doubt like, okay, well, if people aren't going to watch my videos, and I haven't really had a lot of views since that particular video. Like I said, of course, excluding a couple others, but it really takes a toll on your mental health. After having so many views on that one video, it really, really like hurts, and it's kind of painful in a way. And I really am being extremely vulnerable talking to you guys about this right now. And oh my God, sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. And I just did my makeup. I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to try to be strong. But, you feel anxious, and I would sit in front of the camera and I wouldn't feel like myself. Like, I'm actually starting to feel a lot more confident. Even though I haven't had a lot of views on my last couple of videos, I do feel confident in front of the camera again. But it's incredible the pressure that you start to feel after something like that. And it's just kind of like you're on the struggle bus and you want people to love what you put out there. And it's a crazy experience. It's such a crazy experience. And I just wish that there was somebody that could have helped guide me through it. There is a really amazing creator out there. Her name is Hannah, and she is Smoky Glow. I think she is one of my favorite commentary channels because she does videos on things that are really important, I think. And, you know, I know she has a lot of like evolution of some of the influencers or like larger influencers that are out there, but she did a video on basically what happens when you go viral and or like the aftermath of going viral. And she kind of gives like a couple of like examples with a couple different creators out there. She actually kind of made me feel better. She made me feel better, and I did get a little boosted confidence after watching her video because I felt like I wasn't alone. And I felt like there were other people out there that were kind of experiencing the same thing that I was, where you're kind of like meshing together the good with the bad as far as like commenting goes. She just, I don't know, like if she ever watches this video, which I'm pretty sure she never will, I just would love to say thank you to her for putting out that video. I guess like to her it may seem insignificant, and you know, it was just a video that she put out because it was probably something that she thought was really interesting, but it really did impact me. And I'm so thankful that she made that video, of course. Okay, so back on track. So something else that happened after I gained all of my subscribers and I got a lot of view time is that YouTube reached out to me and they wanted to monetize me. So the monetization process is, needless to say, it's intense. It was kind of a weird process. So YouTube emailed me and said, hey, like you've met the criteria that you need to be paid on YouTube. You know, then there was like a bunch of different things that I had to do where I had to fill out like, you know, my information on some stuff. I had to go through like AdSense and sign up for AdSense, and then I had to receive I had to wait for a letter to come in the mail to verify I am who I am and my address and everything, and then I had to fill out like tax information on YouTube and AdSense. And I didn't know this, and this is something that I think might be a really good piece of advice for somebody who's really new and maybe you are at the point where you can be monetized. There is a $100 threshold. You will not make anything on YouTube unless you've met that $100 threshold. Now, and that's my own personal experience. There may be other influencers out there that have different experiences than I do, but I honestly, I haven't been paid anything from YouTube yet. And I've, you know, basically you can go in and you have the option to like monetize all of your videos, whether that's like current or past. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. If somebody wants to leave me a comment and maybe help me, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't think that I am because I've followed all of the steps that I'm supposed to follow. But, and I've done a lot of Googling. I mean, I have researched and my husband helped me research. So I do think that I am doing the correct thing, but monetization is definitely like a completely different beast. So that was kind of a really interesting process to go through as well, like definitely becoming monetized. And it was really, you know, it was kind of like a defining moment, you know, to be monetized, because that's, as a creator, like that's ultimately my perspective. Like what I was pushing for is that I would eventually like to get paid for what I do. That's really fun. Like it's just like a perk, you know, a little kickback. But again, it's right at this moment in time, like it's okay that like there's a $100 threshold. But yeah, I felt like that was something that I wish somebody would have told me as well. So I noticed over Christmas that there was a video tag that was going around. I know that the one that I had watched, she mentioned that it wasn't just this Christmas. It was also something that she had noticed that was kind of floating around YouTube last Christmas as well. And I thought that it would be kind of fun to do that particular tagged video. I want to say it's called something like the part-time YouTuber, because I'm absolutely a part-time YouTuber. This is definitely not my job. I do have a full-time job. So with that said, another good kind of like chapter in this video is the fact that like figuring out my schedule, like my filming schedule, that is something that has always been kind of a struggle for me, especially considering that like I would love to put out 2 videos a week. I absolutely would love to do that. I just find it very hard to do it, but moving forward, I'm going to push myself to do 2 videos a week. I'm gonna have a lot of fun stuff coming out, at least I know in the month of January, and planning ahead is probably the key to success. Like planning ahead with your video schedule is gonna be so helpful, and it's something that kind of got away from me the last couple of months. So like November, December, well, I know we're still in December. Technically, I'm filming in December. I know this video is going to come out on January 3rd, but having that schedule is so nice because you can write the days that you want your video to be released and what it is that you want your video to be. You can do all of the months ahead of that, and then when you look ahead and see what you have coming up, you can maybe plan, like for instance, next Halloween, you know, you can start planning ahead and picking up all the items that you need for your costume way in advance. I kind of just like did my filming when I wanted to and filmed what I wanted to. I didn't really have like a written down schedule of anything, and I think that kind of bit me in the butt because once November and December came around, I felt that pressure that I was talking about earlier, where I didn't know what I wanted to put out. And I kind of went a little crazy and purchased a bunch of stuff, bunch of collection-y things like Sephora stuff, Ulta stuff. And I really haven't had a chance to film it. You don't have the time to put them out. And so you think to yourself, is it too late to film these things, or is it not? Or you know what I mean? So you kind of have to like think to yourself, like, is it worth putting out there? Like, and of course it is. Like, you know, just because you're not the first person that puts it out doesn't mean that you can't do a review on it. And that's something that I had to keep reminding myself. I'm doing the makeup and I'm reviewing this product because it is something that I want to try, and I'm reviewing it for myself, and I am now reviewing it for my fans and my subscribers. But you have to remember that like you're doing what makes you feel good, and you can't just push content out and not have it be meaningful or mean anything to you and not put your heart and your soul into it, because that's exactly what I do. Is I put all of my heart and soul into all of the videos that I make, and I just cross my fingers and hope and pray that other people will love it just as much as I do. The one thing that it took me a while to learn is that you have to remind yourself at the end of the day, why are you doing this? Why are you doing YouTube? Why are you investing in all these things? You know, like, you have to remind yourself that. And if you start to lose hope and you start to lose motivation for it, you just have to kind of go back to basics. And you have to remind yourself that you're doing it because it's something that you're passionate about. And that's absolutely something that I had to do for myself. I had to remind myself that with the good, there is going to come the bad. And the bad is something that you don't have to pay attention to the bad, because you know who you are as an individual, and you know that you're doing what you're doing online because it makes you feel good as a person. I lost that fun feeling that I had when I first started my channel shortly after my viral video. And so luckily now I'm definitely starting to feel happy. You know, I'm happy with my content again. And I just kind of have to put in the back of my mind that video is there, and it's still, anyone is still able to watch it. You know, please watch it. I loved making that video. It was so much fun for me. I love what I do, and I've always been very passionate about art. I paint, I draw, like I love doing makeup. It's just another form of art for me. So you just, at the end of the day, you have to remember You're building a brand and you're building a business for yourself. And you have to remember that you love what you do. Oh, that's sparkly. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting that. I absolutely unintentionally overdrew my lips today. Whoa. Oh well. If there was one final piece of advice that I could give you if you are an aspiring YouTube creator, you need to Google everything. I Googled everything that I know. I Googled everything that I found out about Final Cut Pro. I Googled everything about Photoshop. I Googled everything about my camera settings and how to link everything all together, my lights, how to put my setup together. You can find so many videos online about setups. You can Google how other beauty influencers have their beauty rooms set up. I basically honed in on those and picked apart how they did everything. And I did it myself. I found the things on Amazon. I found everything that I needed. And Amazon is your best friend. You don't have to pay a lot of money for really good quality lighting and so on and so forth. If I can find the links to everything that I have, I will list them all down below. I'll list my camera, I'll list all of that. But yes, thank you so much for sticking around, hanging out with me today, doing a little get ready with me. I know that I got a little bit vulnerable there at moments, and I kind of opened up, and you probably saw a little bit of a more emotional side of me. But thank you again. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.